Welcome back friends, it's Anders. Today we are making a cocktail called Cupid's Cup. As we film this, we are coming up upon Valentine's Day. I'm wearing my finest Valentine's shirt. As you can see, Oz told me I look like I'm filming this in the Australian outback. Anyway, the Cupid's Cup. This is a riff on a Pisco Sour, and it just so happens we recently passed, apparently, I don't know if it's like international or national Pisco Sour Day. I love Pisco Sours. Without further ado, let's go ahead and make this drink to the bar. There are a few different cocktails that go by the name Cupid's Cup, and it's been around for a while. This whole idea of, you know, Cupid. Cupid is that cherub that makes people fall in love by impaling them with arrows. Well, this is what happened. In my notes, I've got, let's say, tens of thousands of cocktails that people recommend. And amongst that list of cocktails, there was Cupid's Cup. And I saw that and thought, Valentine's Day, Cupid, that makes a whole lot of sense. So I started looking online for Cupid's Cup recipes. The one that seems to be the most popular is a riff on the Pisco Sour. And it really is just a Pisco Sour with Aperol added to it. Aperol. I tried to find out where this drink came from, and I couldn't find anything. I did find one thing that said it was created in 2021. Which means this channel is older than this cocktail. But I don't trust that source because it was on Facebook, and I try not to get, you know, I don't let Facebook be my sources. Neither should you. In fact, we need to be careful about all information that's coming into our headspace, because it's a jungle out there, guys. If you do want to claim this drink, please make yourself known. I digress. So this is a Pisco Sour riff. Pisco is an unaged brandy, and it has two homes. And I have to be careful when I say that. Oh, here. Well, I'm gonna show you one Pisco. This is a Peruvian Pisco. The other home that Pisco has is Chile, but the Chileans and the Peruvians, they disagree with where the true home of Pisco is. In fact, they're two separate, very different spirits. The whole thing's a big mess that I'm gonna stay away from. Personally, in my cocktails, I prefer a Peruvian Pisco. But you do you. Without further ado, I'm just yapping. If you're here for the recipe, let's get to it. I understand. So now, the booze. To make the Cupid's Cup, we will need Pisco, Aperol, lemon juice, lime juice, simple syrup, and an egg. This is a very simple cocktail, and sometimes I tend to overcomplicate things, and I may have right here. But the thing is, I'm approaching this drink like I would my Pisco Sours. Talk about that in just a minute. We mentioned the Pisco. I'm using a Peruvian Pisco. Aperol, this is the one thing that breaks it away from a true Pisco Sour and makes it the Cupid's Cup. Gives it its color, adds a soft bitterness. Also, Aperol is kind of sweet. A lot of people say it's like a milder Campari, but to me, it really doesn't taste like Campari. It's different, you know? It's fruity and a little bitter, okay? The citrus, I said lemon and lime. You could use either one, or like me, use both. In my Pisco Sours, I like a split of the lemon and lime because the limes down in South America, or lemons, they're different than the citrus fruits we have up here. I've heard that they're a lot closer to a key lime, but I tried making Pisco Sours a long time ago with key limes, and they were really bitter. Maybe it was the key limes I was using. This is what I like to do. Simple syrup, this is my semi-rich syrup, so it is 1.5 parts sugar to 1 part water. If you want, you can use a 1-to-1. And then the egg white, the white that's in the egg is what we want. If you want, you can use aquafaba or any other egg substitute. Let's build. Oh, do you like my little egg cup here, by the way? Where's my bar mat? To the bar mat, no longer available, but I'm working on it, guys. Let me know if you're interested. Oh, I'm gonna express some lemon oil across the top because these egg cocktails sometimes can smell like egg, and I much prefer lemon. So we're gonna do that. And then the garnish is just gonna be 1 lonely mint leaf. Let's start with the Pisco. 1.5 ounces of Pisco. Pisco is made from grapes. The guidelines in Peru are much stricter than in Chile. So in Chile, you get a wider range of expressions of Pisco. My understanding, in Peru, it's a bit more traditional. You know, if you want, you could try making this with grappa, but we haven't done a deep dive on brandy yet. I plan to do that soon. 1 ounce of Aperol. Now I'm gonna add the citrus. We're gonna go 1/2 ounce each of the lemon and lime, 3/4 of an ounce of our semi-rich simple syrup. There we go. And now we can add the egg white. Add the egg white to the cheater tip. That way, if I screw it up and get the yolk in there, I can just grab another egg. So, and we'll probably fast forward this bit because nobody likes watching people separate eggs. So we're gonna give this a dry shake to emulsify that egg white. 5-10 seconds of hard shaking. No ice. Oh, and make sure you got a good seal. That's it. 5 seconds. You don't need 10 seconds. I lied a little earlier. Now we can add ice and wet shake. Double strain into the chilled cocktail glass. Now express lemon across the top. That lemon oil is also gonna kill all of if you have any large bubbles, so you get kind of a uniform, silky top. We'll get rid of that. If you want, you can give the cocktail a little tap like this. That'll help get that foam right up to the top. Wake up that mint leaf. Just a little smack, and set it right on top. Like this. And that's it, right there. Look at that. That was pretty easy. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Cupid's Cup. Cheers. All right, Oz, would you care to join me? Movie magic, I made another cocktail. Hello.
Hello. Wow. I actually get my own drink for once.
Yes.
How exciting.
I hope you like it.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Preemptively.
It's pretty tasty.
That's really good.
I don't get a whole lot from the mint. I definitely get the Aperol. There's a nice soft bitterness on the end, which is good. It has a kind of a candy, fruity element up front.
Yeah, I think this would be a lovely cocktail to make for your Valentine.
Yeah, it's festive, slightly pink. Oh, it's kind of an orange color though, don't you think?
It is orange, but just don't look too closely, it's fine.
Right.
Just squint a little, it's pink. Now, doesn't he look like he's been like tromping around or going on a walkabout or whatever?
Bushwhacking.
Is that offensive? I hope that's not offensive.
I know, would it be?
I don't know.
Chime in, Steve.
But yeah, look, he's prepared to like wrangle a snake or something, or a koala.
If you need a good grenadine or falernum, do check out my grenadine or falernum made in partnership with Portland Syrups. Link down below. If you're looking for a good time beyond this channel, do check us out over on Patreon, where we have exclusive after hours episodes and sneak peeks. Anders, drink me, what the hell, man? And finally, if you're looking to pick up these bottles or any others, head on over to Hob, House of Bitter Bear, powered by Curiata, curated by me, catered to the recipes we make here on the channel, where you can get booze delivered right to your face. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day,
Till
everybody.
next time.
Yeah!
To make the Cupid's Cup, we will need Pisco. Try that again.